All right, Johnny B. Week 5 waiver wire gems. It's your boy back at the helm here. Gonna take a look at my Scott Fishbowl team real quick. Brady had a comeback day. We kind of predicted that. Pat Mahomes goes in about 15 minutes. I'm taping this right before the game. Sat Fitzmagic. David Johnson starting to show signs with the new quarterback. I'll be darned. They're actually throwing him the ball like 5-6 times. Let's get that up to 8, 9, 10 a game on the dump pass. Leo Fournette still on the injury. We're worried about him a little bit. That's why we were going with Corey Grant and backups like this. For now, you're just going to have to wait and see. This team I've built is really a second-half team. Tariq Cohen, all of a sudden, man, PPR king. I remember talking about him the pregame show before week 1. I picked up Buck Allen. He's just a sneaky little vulture, and you saw that the other night. He's going to get his. Rod Smith is in the wings in case Zeke goes down, and I even have Bo Scarborough in the back with Austin Eckler. My runners, in my opinion, are just fine. I have plenty of depth, and that's what you need. You can start 11 people. There's no team defense in the Scott Fishbowl if you're new to it. Wide receivers. Juju Amari finally emerges, right? Most frustrating guy in fantasy football. Finally gets a lot of points. I get Julian Edelman next week. Sterling Shepard coming on strong. Hear the excitement in my voice. D.D. Westbrook. And then tonight, let's watch Courtland Sutton. He could be all of a sudden on everybody's wire, overnight. I don't know. I'm filming this before the game. You let me know. But excited about Scott Fish. Cameron Brate now enters a new realm. This could get interesting for me. So I thought I'd just share real quick how that team's doing. Yeah, I'm 1-4, but it's a long year. All you're trying to do is make the playoffs. I don't care if it's the Big Boy League or the Scott Fish Bowl or whatever. Let's take a look at who I told you to grab. So Nyheim Hines, all of a sudden, right, getting PPR looks like out of control. Bananas, bonkers. We really liked him preseason. If you had the bench room, you would have got him. Nick Chubb, I think everybody knew about him, but did you keep him? A lot of people dropped him because you have this all-star team, right? And I don't know how deep your benches are and what type of leagues you're listening to this show, but he's somebody we talked about early on and then recommended all of these guys last week. Duke Johnson, we said as soon as the quarterback changes, you got to get your hands on him. And again, if you're just now finding out about these sort of guys, it's too late, right? Because people are going to go crazy, and we'll show you that in a minute. I actually started this guy in one league, and he did all right. He got me like 8 to 10 points. So this is the tight end for the New York Giants, replacing right now, for the moment anyways, Evan Ingram. So week 5, who are we recommending here? Marcus Murphy. I like Buffalo. I just don't know what's going to happen in the courtroom with Shady McCoy, and I'm willing to take a bet on him. Rod Smith, we talked about him already, but I'm just saying right now we don't know the extent of Zeke, how banged up he is. I'm sure he's going to be fine, but look, if you have some money to throw at, I'm a little more aggressive. I like to just get a guy, so that's why I like Rod Smith here for 10%. Nyheim Hines, it's too late. It's too late. He's already at 25, maybe even higher. Nick Chubb, too late. You missed him, guys. If you didn't get him last week, this is where you start paying the prices. So there's my runners. Like that, runners. Wide receivers, here we go. Kevin White, I'd take a chance on him. I still think Cameron Meredith gets a nice chunk of the wide receiver corp in the Saints. And I like Jamon Wims coming on because I don't know what's going to happen to a couple of the receivers in Chicago. He was good early on in the season. All of a sudden, Trubisky's throwing 6 touchdowns. I want anybody and anybody I can get on that team. So he's somebody I'm targeting right now for a bench late stash. Let's see, who else we got? Hakeem Grant. I really like him. And he's the Miami guy. And then the tight ends. Let's wrap this show up pretty quick. I like Demetrius Harris because this is around the middle of the year where you can stash a tight end if you have the room. And why not go for the Pat Mahomes and the scoring attack, because he's good enough to be there at 1% if you have the room. Again, these are more deep leagues I'm talking here, but something happens to Kelsey, and he's been known to do something mid-year. I don't know, just something he gets down when maybe you hit a home run on this guy. So Again, this one is not the recommendation for week 5. I'm not telling you to go pick him up and start him. It's a deep stash. Obviously, Croft is the only tight end this week that you can actually feasibly go get just because of the situation. I don't know why Tyler Eifert always gets injured. I don't understand. It reminds me of the past, 10 years in fantasy football where it's always that same guy that gets hurt, and that's just how it is. And so that's kind of where we're at with tight ends. But anyways, I hope I'm helping you out. It's fun to look back if you're new to the show on what we were looking at last year. I mean, with Kamara, coming on strong. I mean, this guy is averaging so many points. I think he's the only running back to average the first 4 weeks like he's been doing in since 1951 or something in the NFL. It hasn't happened. He's out of control good. I think the Tariq Cohns of the world have really come on strong, and he's only going to get better with that quarterback. And then we talked about Aaron Jones last year. Looking back, it's kind of fun to look at this list from last year. Because Aaron Jones is now the only guy, the only runner. Goodbye, Jamal Williams. I told you we weren't going to go after him. He's fool's gold. And, it's fun. This is where we're at. Josh Gordon, he's starting to get, a groove with Tom Brady. And you don't piss off Brady because look what happened. I mean, he almost shut out the Dolphins. So calendar the waiver wire night. Make it a routine. Get a nice officer study. Start making notes. Do your own research, folks. Live with your choices. At last check, humans cannot do thoughts. You cannot do a thought. You have to act. You have to physically make the time. Well, I don't have any time. You don't understand. I have this. Make the time, even if it's 10 minutes a night. Figure out who you're going to get. You got probably your waivers don't clear until Tuesday anyways. You got plenty of time. Get on it, guys. Get on it. Johnny B, UpsideDownDrafting.com. I will see you on the next show. I got to run because this football game's going to be on. Talk to you later. Be good now.